Hi there. Welcome back. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, we wanted to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because it was the beginning of my journey. The moment I woke up, I realized that forgiveness was the key to my beautiful freedom. When we can't forgive others, we keep ourselves in a place of being the victim, and others are the perpetrators. When you forgive, and this is so important to take away today, when we forgive, it's not about the other person. It is not for the other person when we forgive. When we forgive, it's for us, for ourselves, because we want to be free of that burden. What keeps us in unforgiveness is our judgment of what happened. And this is really important to sit with today. So as you hear that, just sit with yourself and choose one person, just one person today that you feel you just can't forgive for whatever it was that they did. Let's start there. Let's choose one person. And I want you to sit with why you can't forgive them. Take a look at what happened. Take a look at the events that brought you to this place of unforgiveness. Take a look at what was said, the words that were used that hurt you so deeply that you can't forgive. Now, the key for me was to realize that unforgiveness is born from the events of our childhood. That's the root, that's where it stems from. And every time someone brings that up in you, they remind you of that. This unforgiveness comes up. You know, it's only been in recent months, it was only this year that I discovered the truth of what happened with my grandparents. My whole life, I've been told that they died in a car crash. And then I had that moment, you know, in Harry Potter, when Hagrid finds out that they told Harry Potter that his parents died in a car crash. And he's like, a car crash? A car crash? Killed Lily and James Potter, and he goes off. And I always remember that moment when I have this, you know, awareness of what really happened with my grandparents. So, you know, it wasn't until I knew this truth that I could understand why my mum has spent her whole life not being able to forgive others, holding grudges, even to the point where they're not talking to me at the moment. They can't forgive things that I have done. And it wasn't until this truth was revealed to me by my aunt, by my mum's sister, that I could understand, oh, okay, this unforgiveness that is in my mum's heart has nothing to do with me or what I've done. It stems way back to an event that happened when she was 5 years old. And the truth of what happened with my grandparents is that my grandfather killed my grandmother. She died instantly that day, and my grandfather was taken to jail. So she did lose both parents in that one event. And I understand that I was always told that they died in a car crash because the truth was too much for a child to bear. So she always told me that was much easier to say they died in a car crash than to say, you know, your grandfather killed your grandmother. The moment I heard that truth revealed by my aunt, I saw this huge word jealousy in front of me. She didn't say anything. My aunt was only 7 when it happened. She may not even know what really happened. But I saw the word jealousy, and somehow I had the information that my grandfather was my grandmother's second husband. And perhaps she'd had enough of him and she was moving on to her third husband. This was the information that was revealed to me. She was looking to move on to another partner. She didn't want to be with him anymore. And he couldn't stand to let her go. And that's how that all unfolded. But what I understood from all of that, what I took away from all of that, is that my mum's unforgiveness, the root of where it all started, was from that event. She has not been able to forgive her dad for taking her mum's life and leaving them without parents. She hasn't been able to forgive him. And for some reason, she can't forgive her grandmother, because she seems to blame that her grandmother wouldn't take her mother in or something. There was something going on in her mind as a 5-year-old. She's, created this whole story. And I remember growing up with her really disliking, because I don't want to use the word hate, but it was bordering on hate for her grandmother she was blaming her grandmother for not taking her mother in. And that kind of unraveled into her demise, into her passing away that day. But, as soon as I understood that truth, I could see, of course, because she can't forgive her father, anyone that double crosses her or makes her feel, that they've wronged her in any way, no matter how simple or insignificant it may be, it's enough for her to say, you know what, I want nothing to do with you. That resentment is still festering inside. And that is part of her journey, But for me, what I realized was that the moment that I began to awaken, that forgiveness was such an important step. Forgiving others for the hurt that they caused you. Forgiving yourself for hurting others and for allowing others to hurt you. Forgiveness is such a beautiful gift that you can give to yourself. For me, it was the key, the most important key in moving forward, in getting to the point where I was able to be open to speaking to my beautiful spirit guides, seeing them, having full communication. All of that came after I went through every step of forgiveness that was on the way. Every step. Forgiveness is understanding that you have your own path and it's unique to you, whatever it is that your soul is here to experience. And when you understand that very important truth, you will understand that just as your soul is here to have its experience, so is everyone else's. And it's not for us to judge that it's right or wrong or it's good or bad, but to allow that person to have that experience. I understand now that I am serving my mum in her experience. And while I was with them on my last trip, all I did was apologize for all the things I had done that had hurt them. But they didn't want to hear it because it's not part of their experience. Their experience is to be here. And how does it feel when people let you down? Even your own daughter. How does that feel? What is that like, that you can't trust anyone? Your own father took your own mother's life. How can you trust anyone after that? How can you trust that you are supported by spirit. You're left here at the age of 5 without parents in a country that's very poor. And then my mum had to go and live with her aunt that already had 6 children. And she took on my mum and her older sister. The others were all scattered to different relatives. But my mum and the next sister up from her, they're only 2 years apart, they went to live with an aunt. And this aunt was very unkind. She was always being punished and always being beaten, to the point where one day my mum said she couldn't get out of bed for 2 days. She was so sore because she kept arguing with my aunt. My aunt kept telling her to be quiet, and my mum said, no, I won't be quiet. That's all it was. She was just being defiant. So, my beautiful beings, forgiveness is not for everyone. So many people are afraid that if I forgive, that means I'm letting them off the hook. I'm letting it go. What does that mean? That means that what they did was okay. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is understanding. And here's the rub. Understanding that that person was serving your path. Whatever it is they did was serving your human experience. You had a soul contract with that being, that they would do this for you, that you may have this human experience. Without that, you wouldn't know what it's like. What is it like to have gone through what you've been through? Every person that has been in your life, every person that is in your life right now, including me, if you are listening to these beautiful videos, is serving your human experience. Perhaps there's a message here that your soul wants you to remember. The moment you remember that it is all spirit, that being that hurt you is spirit, you are spirit, I am spirit, your partner is spirit, your children, spirit, your neighbors, spirit, and those that you call your enemies are also spirit, and they are also serving you in your beautiful human experience. All of it. Nothing is an accident in your life. Nothing is a coincidence. It's all there for you to have this incredible human experience that you are having. All of it. And just as others serve you on your beautiful path, everything you do and everything you say serves others. Always. You bless others with your presence in every moment. Even when you hurt others, you are serving their path, their human experience. You were meant to say those things. You were meant to do those things. For them, your souls agreed to have that interaction. So, my beautiful beings, now with this gorgeous information that has come through, when you look at that person that you can't forgive, how do you feel inside? Is it possible that you needed to go through that to become who you are today? Perhaps that experience has made you more compassionate towards others. Perhaps that experience has taught you patience. Maybe that experience has taught you how strong you truly are. Or, like me, maybe that whole experience was there to show you that you are enough. You are good enough just as you are. Not 10 centimeters taller, not 10 kilograms lighter, or 10 pounds as it were in America, or 20 pounds or 50 pounds lighter. Not if you were a different gender, not if you were a different nationality, not if you were wealthy, not if you were poor, but right now, in this very moment, you are perfect just as you are, and your soul is so grateful for the experience that is unfolding before you in every moment. Everything you are feeling, everything you are thinking, everything that you are in this moment, your soul is gathering information, gathering wisdom, gathering knowledge. And it can't do it without you in this human form. So if you take nothing else from this beautiful video, know within your heart that your soul is grateful for you, for what you've been through, for what you're going through, for who you are. And just as your soul is grateful for you, so is Spirit. Spirit gets to feel everything you feel because you are always connected. Everything you go through, Spirit goes through. And it expands with the knowledge that you bring in, with the wisdom that it obtains from your beautiful experiences. To Spirit, to your soul, it is all beautiful. It is all perfect. You are perfect. So, my beautiful being, is it time to forgive? Is it time? My beautiful spirit team gave me so much information to create a gorgeous course for you, for all of you, and even for me, because as I went through it, as I was creating it, I expanded. It was so beautiful. So I'm going to share the link below. If this is something that interests you, if this is something that your heart yearns for, the freedom of forgiveness, the freedom that forgiveness can bring you. It's all there for you. All of it. All right, my beautiful beings. Know that you are where you are meant to be right now. We love you dearly. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.